Hey everyone, it's Cacti Man. And now that it's growing season with your dragon fruit, I've noticed and I came across a question recently that like what kind of tape is the best tape to use for dragon fruit, right? Now that your dragon fruit are all starting to grow up tall and you need something to secure it to your trellis, your brand new trellis or your post or whatever you use, right? So what I like to use and what I've used for like the past 3 years basically in my journey in growing dragon fruit is this Velcro brand grow tape. It's this green, like basically just like a strip of Velcro that attaches to itself. And I like this stuff a lot. One, because when I was first starting to grow dragon fruit, I didn't have much money to spend, and so I was kind of stingy with my money. And this is the first thing that caught my eye. So this goes on Amazon for I think about $3 or $4 per roll of tape. And each roll of tape, I believe, is between 50 and 100 feet. So it's a pretty good deal, when you're struggling. And it gives you a lot of roll, a lot of stuff to work with, especially when you only need like 1, 2, 3 pieces of tape to get all the way to the top. So this stuff is really good. This is the first thing that I recommend. You can use growers tape or whatever it's called, that green stuff. But this stuff I think works really well because it's really tough, as you can see, and there's no like fuss with like trying to tie off anything and having your plants move around while you're tying them. No, you just wrap it around itself a few times like that and it's good. It's solid. I have 4, I think even 5, no, 4 fully grown mature dragon fruit all resting on this tape, and it hasn't budged. I've had this tape right here for almost 2 years now and it's still there going strong, and it's also biodegradable, so that's pretty good. So I really recommend this stuff a lot. It has a lot of good things about it. One con about it though is, as you can see, it's pretty rigid and stiff. It's not like actual tape. It's more like like Velcro. So that classic plastic, hard plastic Velcro. So if you have less mature cuttings, the Velcro will tend to constrict and press into your plant like this, especially if you have young cuttings. These more mature cuttings can handle it because they're pretty stiff and rigid themselves. But something that's barely growing like this, which flexes pretty easily, that's going to take a bit of damage if you're not careful. If you wrap it too tight, it's going to start digging into your plant, and you don't really want that. So you want to make sure that your plant is kind of mature before you put this stuff on, or at least put it on loose. But if you put it on loose, then your plant sags after, and it's a trade-off. So just be mindful of that. That's one con, and you have to look out for it. But other than that, I really, really recommend that tape. It's really good for dragon fruit, and I use it pretty much extensively for all of my dragon fruit. As you can see there, here on this tree, there, and that tree right there, on that one. I love this stuff. It's really good. Whenever I run out of a pack, I just immediately go to Amazon and buy another. Second, what I recommend is this Micropore 3M tape. I have the box right here. This 3M Micropore surgical tape, bought it off of Amazon too. 12 1 times 10 1 inch 10 yards. That was a pretty good deal too. I think I got that on Amazon for $10, and I recommend that. I started using it recently for grafting, as most people do, but I found out that it's pretty good also for just straight up securing your thing to the trellis. I ran out of this tape, and I always lose the rolls, honestly, so I couldn't find the roll. So instead I used this, and I wrapped it around right there, and as you can see, it's pretty solid, and it's growing pretty well, and it's adhering itself nicely. And what I like about this tape versus other types of growers tape is that this is actually made out of like a very fine, almost fabric material, like cloth, like cotton, instead of like the usual soft plastic that the green garden tape is made of, right? So because of that, it has really fine, like really, really, really tiny holes in it that allow the material to breathe and allow the plant to get air, which is good, because one time I did use garden's tape for my plant. All right, sorry for the weird cut, but as I was saying, the nature of the green tape, like the plastic and really tight fitting nature of the green tape, it like went up right against the plant, and because it was so hot, it made the plastic got really hot too, and it started to like damage and melt and blister my plant, and actually caused it to turn black and diseased. So that was no good. So, you know, if you're in a place that gets really, really high temperatures and a lot of sun, I would advise against using garden tape, or at least like tightening it really tight. But yeah, so that's why I don't recommend garden tape, and I do recommend that these other two that I showed you here. So hopefully that helps you guys, and hopefully you can grow your dragon fruit up to the top of the trellis this year. But yeah, so that's my advice on what kind of tape to choose and what kind of tape I really like. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.